Alrighty, Netpreneurs, Christopher Wilson here with Auto Profit Machines, and in this video training lesson I'm going to demonstrate how to set up your cheap domain names account. Show you step by step how to do that and to register your first of many domains. And the goal of this video is to inform you about registering your domain and also about your name servers. And once you create your account one time, that'll be it as far as creating another domain account, domain registration account. Actually, I host all my domains with cheap domain names. So what you're going to need is you're probably going to need a notepad, and you're going to need an email address, and you're going to need the URL for cheap domain names. And let me say, I've been using cheap domain names for about 2 years now, and the customer service is excellent, the best in my opinion. I had a few issues a couple times where I typed in the wrong domain name and registered it, and usually when that process happens you're stuck, but I called them up, they took care of me. They rectified the problem real quick, and that's why I like them. With any issues, So let's go ahead and get started. So let's go to our browser bar and type in CheapDomainNames.com and that going. Make this screen a little bigger. Okay. A little bigger. Alrighty. Okay. So this is where it starts. Okay, we're at the URL cheap domain names, and as you know, in the previous video, as far as your keyword research, we found a couple markets that we're interested in, and we went to ajaxwhois.com to find out if the domain names were available, and we found out that the ones that we searched were available. Now I'm going to tell you right now, I already bought this one. Okay, if you remember, did the keyword research, the results were excellent. I bought this one already, but for demonstration purposes I'm going to show you what to do. So let's just take this second one, which was stringling generator. Okay, and you can look at the search volume, and I believe the .org was available, right? Okay, 29,000 searches, about 16,300 competing pages or results in Google. So we're at cheap domain names. We're going to paste the domain name right there. You don't have to put put that all together. It'll do it itself when it analyzes it, but we want the .org, right? And just to show you real quick, now if we try to register a .com, this is what it's going to do. It's going to say it's not available or it's already taken. Okay, so we knew that. So anyway, we want the .org. Now the .coms are usually about $9.99. .org and .net, those are a little bit more expensive. Okay. Let's see. Now we want the .org, right? So we put that in there, and we go to search. Okay, and it says sterlinggenerator.org is available. Okay, it's $11.99 a year. Okay, so once we do that, we're going to go ahead to continue to registration. Okay, we don't need to click add, we can just go to continue to registration. Okay, now with cheap domain names, you're going to get some upsells here. Don't miss your chance to save and such. My advice is just to go ahead and just skip through these. The only one you may want to stop at is for private registration, and I'll show you that as we go along. Okay, now we're going to come to this screen. Okay, if you already have your customer number and login name, you can enter it there, but we'll be creating a new account. Okay, so it says create your domain registration. Let's take you through this real quick. I'm going to use email address. Enter your email address. My auto profit machine at hotmail.com. Company name, if you have a company name, you can enter that there. Okay, tick that box for your company name. You can enter your address here, whatever it may be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 Profit Lane. Okay, Profit Lane. What if it was a street name? Profit Lane. Okay, city would be profitable, United States. Okay, whatever your state is, so forth. Zip code. Okay, that 1, 2, 3. Okay, and of course I'm just entering fictitious information in there. Phone number, whatever it may be. Okay, and so far, and that's it. Then you're going to click next, and then you're going to get an email, and I'm going to stop the video and show you what this email is going to look like. Okay, basically, it was some information on the email that I couldn't get out, so what I did, I just copied and pasted the email onto a notepad. So it's basically going to say this right here: Dear Christopher, or whatever your name is, thank you for creating an account with CheapCheapDomainNames. Customer number there, of course, that's not my customer number, but anyway, it's going to give you this information just like that. Okay, and that's your account setup, the initial email that you're going to get. Then what's going to happen? Okay, then once you get that email, you click next, and you can be taken to this screen right here. Okay, and it's going to ask you your domain name. This is your first one. Okay, registration length. I usually get mine for 1 year, but if you get it for 2 years, the search engines will act more favorable towards your domain name as far as rankings and so forth. So you know, basically the experts, you know, get it for 2 years, but I just start mine out with 1 year. That's your preference. Okay, and click uncertified. This is what I do. Okay, and then you just go to next. Okay, then you're gonna be taken to the third section. Okay, it says your privacy and domain protection. I just skip all of this. I really don't use any of this. This is just part of the cheap domain names upsell process. So I just go to next. Okay, and I must stress, very important, you know, just starting out your first time, just go ahead and just skip all that. And you know, just skip all of this. Just make sure none of those boxes are ticked, and usually they aren't. So anyway, just skip all that, go to next. Okay, and then you're going to come to your shopping cart page. It's going to ask you for 1 year domain. Okay, and it was $11.99, right? You want to make sure that this is correct, because sometimes you know, if you're having to check something, you know, through the process, it'll add it to your cart. But in this case, we're all good. The cost of the domain was $11.99 with the tax and everything, $12.17. So we're good to go. So once you check that out, make sure that's correct. Just click continue to check out, and it's going to ask you to enter your to log in and so forth. And You're going to do that. Then you're going to enter your credit card information and so forth, and then you're going to continue to check out, and basically that'll be it. Okay, and you just check out, pay for it. Then you're going to get an email that's going to confirm that you bought the domain that you registered. And real quick, I'm going to stop the video and I'll show you what that's going to look like. Okay, and basically it's going to say support at secure server and so forth. That'll be, that way you'll know it's Cheap Cheap Domain Names, and the email is going to look like this. Dear valued Cheap Cheap Domain Name customer, generate portable generators, which is the one I registered already. But you know, whatever your domain name is going to say that, and that's how it's going to read. Okay, and basically that'll do it. And what you're looking at now is the home page, and of course what you're going to do next is go to domain names and my domain names, and your first domain is going up here. When you click that, it's going to look like this. It's going to have your domain name. Let's see, where I put that? Yep, it's going to be like that. Whatever it may be, domain information and so on, and it's going to have your name servers, and we're going to get into that in the next video, but it kind of looks like that, and I'll show you what those will be in the hosting video. So what I basically showed you is how to set up your Cheap Cheap Domain Names account and to register your first domain, and you've seen how I did that. And so your action step will be to go ahead and set up your Cheap Cheap Domain Names account and register your first domain. Okay, it's Christopher Wilson, Auto Profit Machines, and I will see you in the next video.